Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another life-changing, life-altering installment of Tea Time with Eyek. Today we have an Ask Eyek, and we're doing it a little different. Today we're doing Ask Eyek and Friends. Now, of course, you guys are my friends, and you've given your feedback, awesome feedback. But I was actually having a conversation with my friend, Precious Ajunwa. She's the founder of lagosconflictcoach and Galaxy for Peace. She's all for peace. So I decided to get her on board for this question. Now, we were having our weekly chat, our weekly conversation, and I just decided, you know what? Let's just have this conversation. Let's break it down and help out a beautiful internet friend of mine. So let's get right into it.
Make some money. This is the year of money. 2021 is the year of money.
It is actually. It is like, and no looking back about the whole thing.
I'm telling you.
No looking back.
Period.
No looking back. So what was the DM about?
Okay, let me read it to you. This one was kind of a lot for me, so I feel like both of us can dissect it together. But let me read it out first. Okay. Eyek, I'm stuck. I'm turning 30 in a few days and I'm scared. I know we are close in age and I want to know how you're viewing the whole almost 30 thing. Right now I'm single. I have no one that really does it for me, and I'm wondering whether love will ever find me. Not to mention, my mom and aunties have started boldly stressing me about getting married, and my mom has recently started saying she regrets spending so much money for my education because that is what is making men get scared. It's taking a blow on my self-esteem. Am I wrong for wanting someone of a certain caliber, or rather waiting for the right one? What can I do to stay strong, ignore the pressure, and keep my worth intact? I would love to hear from you and your subscribers. Thank you. Well, it's not my subscribers today. It's my great friend, Precious Ajunwa of lagosconflictcoach. Yeah, Precious, I can see your face. It's already like...
Yeah. I know what the feeling is like. This is a sad reality.
It is.
A lot of young female encounter the face out there. The first thing I would say is that I see inner conflict lurking around the corner if the situation is not handled properly. Given the fact that, it's my area, it's my field, I can spot out a conflict situation ahead of time. So the next thing I want to say is that yes, capital yes, love will find her.
Amen.
Love will find you. Now, for me, let me speak from my own experience. So love found me at over 33 when I was not looking out for it, and I would say it's even in the least places I expected it to happen. I would say, this kind of thing that ladies do now. Like, let's say, for instance, girls, see them hang out in places. Let's see someone or something like that.
Yes.
That's the truth now. That's the truth. Let's not share away.
Why are you spilling our tea? Precious, don't spill our tea now.
It's not a new thing. It's not a new thing. I'm not spilling anything. By the way, we're in tea time with Eyek.
I know, right?
So it's not spilling the tea. Let's just face the whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade. The same thing is also applicable to guys. You see some of them, if they're interested in a lady, or like if they want to get married, they're looking for a wife. They go to places they want the kind of person they want.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So
true.
It found me at over 33 in the place I least expected it. And I wasn't even looking out for it. To be sincere, I wasn't. How would I put? I would say I'm different, but I am not the only one different. There are also people that are also different like me. I am the only person, like, among my clique of friends who I grew up with, and who I schooled together, not only my first degree, like even my second degree, and I stay single at that point in my life. Yeah. So I am speaking I'm speaking from experience. I'm not only speaking from a conflict resolution advisor person, expert. You get what I'm saying? But I'm speaking. Okay, and I am not speaking like, okay, oh, let's say, oh, she did not experience such. No, this is what I experienced. So I think I am even like I am the right person, like you said, to address this issue. Before I proceed further, I would say this very important thing, and that is to say that her mom, her aunties, they are not the only one always acting in that way. No, her family is not the only one acting in that way. So she shouldn't take it out on them. She shouldn't hate them for doing this. So we see aunties, we see mommies doing a lot of this in African home background, so to say. But that is not to say it doesn't happen also in in Europe, like white and the rest of that. But we see a lot of it in homes with African background. But it's all love. That's one thing you should have at the back of our mind. It's all love. But at the same time, the way the love is being driven, they are yet to understand the impact of this on the person's mental health in question. So now let me tell you a quick story. She said there was okay, from this stuff you sent, the question you sent here, she made mention of saying something like that the is she wrong for one thing?
Yes. Am I wrong from wanting someone of a certain caliber, or rather waiting for the right one?
No. So let me tell you a story. I have a lot of them, a lot of stories. So I have this auntie of mine, she's a very good woman, I would say. I never used it against, like, I didn't take it personal against her because I know she was just looking out for me. And what she did was that, okay, oh, you've been talking, you are not doing anything, all this connection thing. So she connected me to this how would I put it? This amazing young man, let me put it that way. I'm using the word amazing from her own background, from her own understanding of who the person is. Oh, this is the right fit for my sister's daughter. Oh, this is the right fit for her. The guy she wasn't based in Nigeria. So this right fit for me. So my auntie felt like, oh, this is the right fit, and yeah. So after the wedding, she just relocate with the husband, and so is all this because it's not. So she calls me. That's my native name. You say already. You see, I'm saying that's my native name. You already know. So she say, oh, no. So is no. So is all this. Nigeria is not meant for her. She will travel abroad. Like she's always this back in it. Oh, they have found a match for no. So I accepted. I don't want to. I didn't want to. I didn't want to reject. What I mean by accepted for her to give the guy my contact. I did not promise them that I am getting married to the guy. I said, no problem. You can share my contact. Let me find out the kind of person he is. I have my own list. I have the things, the requirements, characteristics I want in the guy I want to settle down with. So let me see if he meets up. She said, meet up what? He has money. That was what my auntie told me. He said, meet up what? What characteristics are you looking at? Meet up what? He has money. Particular line. I didn't talk too much because I didn't want a situation whereby I engage in an argument with someone who is not ready to reason the way I'm reasoning. at that particular moment.
Mm-hmm.
I know how I would handle the situation. So I smiled about the whole thing. It was one of those Decembers. I smiled and say, okay, auntie, and that was it. I wasn't I wasn't ready to just accept any kind of person.
Of
So
course.
when I got talking with the guy,
Mm.
so
Sorry.
when I got yeah, so when I got talking with the guy, it so happened that our call, like the whole relationship kind of thing from their own perspective, because for me it was not a relationship, I was still checking out. So he called me one of the days, and the period this thing was happening was a very busy time in my career.
Right.
We're always I was always on the move, traveling. You know my work. I don't want to talk about that aspect of work. Okay? So I was always on the move, like here. Like it was really a busy time.
Mm-hmm.
So he called me, and I didn't pick the call at the time he called me, because it wasn't like I wasn't in a good place to pick that call at that moment. But I actually called back.
Mm.
But I didn't call back immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It's a busy time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I returned the call. And when I returned the call, someone was busy asking me, why didn't you pick the call when I called you? With this authoritative voice, as if he paid $1 million on my head as a bride price.
Even if he did, what kind of
And
question is that?
wait now, wait. I just want to, as like, just want to explain. So I felt like, of course, even if he did, why should he ask me that kind of question? I like, no, not that he can't ask me that kind of question. Get me right, but why should he ask me the question with such authority?
Yes.
That was it, and I felt okay. I wasn't. God says my heart. Like I wasn't disrespectful. I was not disrespectful at one bit. But what I say, please, can I explain something to you?
Mm.
And it was at that point I explained everything. I told him, okay, this, that. As I'm talking to you, I've been to this place and this place in one day. Like
Mm.
I've been able to I've been able to travel to 3 states,
Mm.
and this call I am on, like this call was happening, let's say around 3 or 4 p.m.,
Mm.
and I still have other 2 states to cover. So, and this is what we are doing this day. August said, August said, I should have picked the call first. I should have picked the call first. Do I know why he's calling me? It was at that point that I was, and this is not the first time. Let me note it. This wasn't the first time this kind of thing happened, but it wasn't in this particular. I have noticed that aspect of him,
Mm.
but this was the one that made me to say,
Mm.
it is no. It's like I now use capital letter, cap lock. NO in cap lock. Before it was NO in small letter, but now NO in cap lock.
Mm.
So, and I didn't even bother telling my auntie that, oh, see what happened. No, rather he was the one that went and told my auntie, and my auntie was calling me, asking questions. I told my auntie, I told my mom, I said, no, mommy, this is not it for me.
Mm.
My mom saw a reason with it, that you are the one that knows what you want. And that was what she said to me. That
Mm.
was what, yeah, she said that to me. And but my auntie, my mommy's sister, but I didn't really I didn't really take it personal on her, because I know
Right.
we're not of the same level.
Right. Right.
So that is number one. Then the second one was the one that it so happened is still part of all this. oh, you have to settle down. You have to settle down before 30. This person, yo, you have turned 30 now. Oh,
Yeah, that's the thing.
hey.
This,
Get what I'm saying? So this one, sorry,
but
I'm
before you even
sorry.
tell this story, I just wanted to throw in something. This
Okay.
30, this whole thing of 30 being the deadline.
I don't know where they got that from.
Because scientifically, people are still having babies at 40, 45, 50. When did Janet Jackson have her baby? At
Of
51.
course.
So people try to make it seem like, oh, it's because of your biological clock. It's not. So what is this deadline?
But the summary of the whole thing is, for instance, what is happening around the globe.
Mm-hmm.
The issue of Black Lives Matter. The issue of let's say Biden election, Kamala. The issue of WT. A good example is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala that just been announced as the next WTO president.
Mm.
I can't remember what that event was. I can't remember. So let me not say what I'm not sure of.
Mm.
But do you know Uncle could not have a conversation with me with regards to what was happening.
Mm.
You know how you catch up with, oh, hey, how far, what's up? You know what the one that happened? Like, yeah, it's apart from, say, look, let me tell you,
Mm.
when a relationship, I feel a relationship should be balanced. We're not only talking about love when you want to get married to someone, because there's a point in time it looks as if, oh, the love faded or the love came down, like reduced or something like that situation always happens. But when it happens, but that is not to say it doesn't pick up again. It's now the parties involved, do you understand, to take intentional steps towards building things, doing things that would help the love to nourish, to grow. So when you are settling down with someone, it should not always the love or the sex that comes with it. It shouldn't be the primary thing. For me, I'm saying for myself, maybe some people is the sex, is the money or whatever. But I feel those things are not the necessary things. But find out, are you balanced with this person in
Are you
other
on the same
areas of
level?
life?
Yeah.
When it comes to spiritual aspect, is it the kind of person you can go down with? You get what I'm saying? Can you guys have a spiritual conversation together and it doesn't sound alien to him or her?
Mm-hmm.
So now when it comes to life situation, issues, conversation, do you guys have conversation about the happenings in the world or any environment where you find yourself? It's not all about hitting the bed for sex. No, that's not it.
And it's not all
Marriage,
about Bella
marriage.
Nigeria wedding either.
Oh, thank you. God bless you. It's not all about Bella Niger wedding. God when the O's the you. You get what I mean? It's not all about that. It's not all about that. So that for me, that is my own, but that's my own yardstick. So marriage is a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It should always be seen as a partnership. So are you guys partner in every other areas of life, or are you guys only partner for love making?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
So back to the story, uncle cannot contribute to the conversation. God of Nazareth. Ah, Heck, how can I do that? No,
Right,
no,
you of
no,
all people, no, 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 no,
no. I can't deal with that.
no, 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 not you.
How can we? No, I don't even want to think about it. Do you know? I don't need any Jupiter. So for the fact that everybody was on my neck,
Mm.
almost all your friends, not almost all my friends. This thing where was happening at 32, 33.
Mm.
So almost everyone is off the market, like have kids. You get what I'm saying? So that doesn't mean that any Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes across my way, I should now say, oh, yes, thank God, oh, finally.
Mm.
Mba,
Mm.
it's not possible.
Mm.
It's not possible. Your standard should always be your standard. You know
Yes.
what you want. We are not talking about, okay, let's say people that set standard in the aspect of finances. Oh, I
Yes.
must marry Otedola Pikin. Otedola Pikin. I don't
Mm.
know how to pronounce his name, says.
Mm.
Otedola Dangote. Let me mention Dangote.
Mm.
I must marry the likes of Dangote. I think you're getting what I'm saying. There are people who want that kind of who want that kind of lifestyle, who want the kind money is very good. Me, I love money. Money is very, very good. But so setting that kind of standard, that's not the aspect I'm talking about.
Right.
But there are basic standard value
Mm.
system you need to set for yourself. There are things because like I said, marriage is not about partnership. So we are not sound academically. Both of us are not on the same level.
Mm.
I was not on the same level with him. So, but I didn't allow the pressure from that 33, 32, 30 to get at me to now say, okay, let me manage. Let me manage. Let me even tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. Do you know when he was even coming? Do you know sorry. I looked at that, my friend. She was like, no, precious, see, it's not like that. It's not like that. You must not have everything. You must not have everything. You'll be the one to cover up.
No.
I
No.
told I told them I told her I gave her the peace of my mind. You
Yes.
get that kind of no, I scolded her. I said that is for you, Tibe. That is for you. For me, I cannot.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was of the oh no, yes, I know. Oh, he's okay. He's caring. Kiniko, this, that. But I can't. I can't be in a situation whereby I'll go out. I shouldn't be proud of who I call my partner.
Mm-hmm.
I should flaunt my partner, as in like I'm not talking about like every time I'm posting picture on Instagram.
Of
No, that's
course,
not what I'm
yes,
talking
yes,
about.
yes.
I'm talking like I should be proud of him.
Yes.
I should get opportunity to attend the event. I am proud of going with my partner.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I should at any point in time. So I can't go with someone that because if I get down with him, I can't take him out to event. Or if I have a high society event like I am to attend a speaking engagement or some sort, I can't. I'm sorry, and it looks as if I'm hiding him. You get what I'm saying? So that's not. Then another one. This one. Uncle said, Galaxy for Peace. You know what I do apart from LCC? What I do with Uncle said he's not charity. That if I marry you, that your NGO dream go die.
What?
That was what he said.
Hey.
He said, not charity.
Wow.
I am not charity. like, like, you know what happened? Even when I was very, very angry. I was very, very mad
Of
at that
course.
one. Let me tell you the truth. I will know. Let me tell you the truth. I was not like, I said, sorry, was there a day I accepted to marry you? Have I at any point in time between this and this accepted to marry you? That was what I know. I couldn't hold myself. I couldn't hold myself, but I need to ask him that question because I don't understand. This your no, I know. So I never for one day at that particular point or that period felt like okay, because of that, let me take or accept someone that is of different faith with me. I also had people like that,
Mm.
you know, and who are, apart from having the same, apart from being of different faith, um, he was willing to let me keep up with my faith while he keep up with his faith. But I that's not the kind of vision I have for myself and the
Yeah.
family I want and the kids I want to raise. Because where like, so is it that we're going to divide the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Some will follow this one, some will follow this one,
Mm.
or will allow the kids to make their decision themselves.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
that's not the kind of picture I want. So, and sincerely, he was a very cool guy.
But that
He
conflict,
was,
that issue.
yes. The conflict I had with him was that of different faith. He was a very cool. He was very cool to a fault. Sir. I would
Oh,
put
I
it
get
that
you.
way.
I
Yeah,
get
he
you.
was very cool to a fault.
I get you.
He was very, very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
get
I never for one day.
um,
So yes, love will find you.
yes. We say all this to say, let's just call you babe because I don't want to say your name. I almost mistakenly said your name. Babes, love is gonna find you. But I think let's go into advice. I'm going to share a couple thoughts. I mean, Precious has pretty much laid it out. Like, listen, if you're up here and you are tempted to come down here, in the long run, it's not going to be worth it. So there's this expectation to settle. We are always told, like, no man is perfect, no man is perfect. Like, trust me,
Ah,
I know from experience that no man is perfect. Okay, I know. Um,
but
that whole expectation to settle. I mean, if I speak personally, and Precious, you already know this person in question. It was like I was in heaven. I came like below hell because I didn't want to be single. Because I put this pressure on myself. You know, it wasn't even necessarily like family pressure, it was a personal pressure.
yeah,
The
yours was a personal pressure. I also wanted to say now that apart from family pressures,
There's
some of us
personal
put
pressure.
ourselves in personal pressure.
That's the thing. And I
Yeah,
think in this case, Babe's situation is a lot her family, but I feel like it's also a personal thing because we have this societal deadline of 30 is the deadline, 30 is the deadline. So first and foremost, girl, set your own deadline, okay? Life does not end at 30. So, to be honest, life begins because in your 30s you have money, you have peace of mind, like you don't care what anyone thinks. In your 20s you're still trying to figure yourself out, even though figuring yourself out is a life journey. The deadline
absolutely.
of 30, remove it. Take it out of your head, trash it. Don't
That's the word.
don't let it go. And I think also the thing is the reason why she's feeling pressure is because her aunts and mother are feeling pressure. And they're feeling pressure from people who don't care whether they live or die. You know
Spot
what I
on.
mean? So it's
Spot
like
on.
this toxic cycle. And girl, it's up to you. I know you're already trying to figure yourself out before you turn 30, but like it's up to you to break that cycle because I've learned recently, I've always heard it, but I've learned recently that whether you're perfect, someone will still complain, why is she perfect? If you're married, when are you going to have kids? When are you going to have twins? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? Oh, if you have 100%, even look at the degrees that I'm sure at the time, your mom was like, you need to go to school. You need to get your master's. You need to
Uh-huh.
get your master's. Now she's saying she wish she didn't.
They invest
She
in
wish she
her.
didn't invest in you, which is like a hurtful thing to say because it's like, is it
Yeah,
because of marriage that you're regretting training me? Um, So you can't fall into that pressure. I think this is a season for you to find yourself and find what your values are and what you want for your life. You kind of already know. You kind of already know the man you want. If he's in your mind, I feel like this pressure. I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like if this person is in my mind, or this type of expectations for a person is in my mind, it's because the person exists. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have this list of expectations in my partner. You have this list of expectations in your partner because that person is walking this, God's green earth. So I would definitely encourage you to not settle. Keep your hope alive, because in the end, when you settle, I'm not trying to sound all spiritual or extra, but it actually can affect your destiny. Like, do you know what I mean? If you come down to meet that person, you're also bringing your future and everything down.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I don't know if I articulated that well, but that's really what it boils down to. Because trust me, I'm seeing it. Like, someone who was supposed to be here met someone who was like in the pits. She had to come down to the pits, and now she's struggling to get out. It's not even worth
a lot.
It's not even worth it. And I'm not even trying to get like vulgar or whatever, but all of this, you still be struggling to be satisfied sexually. You may be struggling to be satisfied financially after still settling, all just to say you have a husband.
Exactly. And
all just so your mom and your aunts can leave you alone, sweetie. For meal.
That's very true. And it's not. I love that aspect that you brought in, where it's the pressure from the mother and the aunties are also pressured from somewhere, more like a pull of pressure from society, like from community where they're involved. From how I don't know, the way they even ask after the daughter in question. Oh, what of non-so? Let me tell you. I gave warning. I say, sorry, nobody should tell anything. Of course. See, look, forget it. I am not saying there are we don't have people there who were asking after you for, like, out of sincerity, out of the good heart, out of their good heart. But to tell you the gospel truth, on a scale of 0 to 10, it's just 3% were asking from their good heart. The rest are looking for gossip. The rest want to hear something so that they can spread the news. The rest want to be the one to know what's up with your family, what's up with your child, your son that is not married. Because the pressure is not only on women too. The men also get pressured.
But I think it manifests in a different way.
And yes, I agree. It manifests in a different way. You're right. Because most time they begin to look at the guy and see whether the guy has a spiritual wife somewhere or something.
Oh yes, true. I've heard that.
or whether the guy is important or something and don't want to get involved with any woman. You get what I'm saying?
Boy or something.
Or is a Yahoo boy? Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So they are not asking. You ask, how is non-so? How is her? Oh, when last did you? No. So I think we need to do a lot of advocacy for parents as well, so that they will understand this, so that we would also explain to them, let them know that there are technology, that, like, we are living in a tech world, so to say, and people in their 40s, 45, 50 are having children. So it's not
that big question. Okay. How does she manage that mentally? So she's trying to come into herself, understand herself, be comfortable with the fact that she's turning 30 and she's waiting for that special one. How's she trying to, because she's trying to navigate herself. So to take time out to talk to her mom and explain all these things that her mom can Google or check WhatsApp, then she's trying to figure herself out. I feel like that's extra pressure. Because really, we're trying to give her tips on how to say, like, ignore the pressure and thrive.
Yeah, how to stay away from how would I say, poisonous thinking, so to say.
Yeah.
I would say in no particular order. I'm going to like share at least 4 or 5 things I did. Yeah, things I did, because I think experience is always the best teacher. It's not about what Google, but I want to share what actually helped me. I would say I dedicated my time towards improving myself, like who I was in 2015 is not who I am today.
Right.
Is not who I am. I engage myself. I engage myself mentally to improve on my personal development. Okay, this year, what do I want to achieve? Most times when we find ourselves lost in thought, thinking, it's when we are idle. But if you are able
Yes.
to feed your itinerary in a day, in a week, in a month, what you need to do.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You would have less time thinking about that situation. Yeah. And in that way, you are protecting your mind. So I seriously, I dedicated a lot of time towards my personal development. And that actually helped me a lot. So I was more focused looking at, how do I get better at who I am? How do I make more money? Yeah, do you understand? So that actually helped me. Then also, I wouldn't forget mentioning the God factor. The God factor. Because I started being more intentional, and would I say being more intentional? I've always been intentional, but I don't even know the right word to use. But I never took my faith. I never allowed what happened to weigh me down with my faith. I was matching up. I was matching up with my faith and my mental well-being, my mental health. My mental health and my faith were my primary focus. Do you understand? So with personal development, to be able to protect the way what I'm thinking, what gets into my head, what will make me to start crying over the night, or seeing pictures and be saying, God, when. No, I avoided such a thing. Right. Then another important thing that helped me was that the environment I found myself. I protected myself from that environment where I would just walk in and I would be the talking. Not like I will be the topic of focus, but that environment where only thing they think about is hitting 30 and settling down and how you need to get married. No, I stopped avoiding family gatherings, Christmas. No, it's a no. It's a no. I don't travel home during Christmas. I don't.
Wow, and guys, that's big, because Precious is Igbo. Those of us from the South and the East, we go home every Christmas. So that's big.
I don't. Because that is the period where everybody is back. Yep. That is the period where everybody is catching up with what is happening. That is the period where everybody wants to ask, what are you still waiting for? No, I cut it off. So that environment would not be good for my health, my mental well-being. So why should I continue? If I want to see my siblings, or we have a way of seeing. If I want to see my mom, we have other ways we see. But to say that period, that peak, and just like you said, the Christmas thing is a big thing in the East. Everybody wants to come home. I know, it's a no. So protect yourself. I'm using that as an example. Yes, then also, if you have friends I'm not saying I'm not saying that we shouldn't look forward to meeting someone that complements us. Are you getting me? But
Yes.
if you have friends that the only thing you guys talk about is all about that particular goal, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No.
Level
It's a
up.
no for me. I cut it off.
Mhm.
I cut it off. No. I cut it off.
Yeah.
So I tried to I did an assessment to understand, to see where, in what point will I be that would I be that will I be the big, will I be the fish that the rat is looking for? I'll be everybody's just running. You know, when there are five rats and you are just the only fish in them, you know, the attractions. No, I cut that off. I took it out from my environment. So I create the environment I want to see. I create the discussion I want to engage myself in, and I want people around me to engage in. You get it?
Yeah.
If you have asked me, then also I was it's not that it's the word is not outspoken, but I was able to have difficult conversation, because most times when you see girls in this, like, to have conversation with their family, so that their family will understand the impact of what they are saying to their mental well-being. And when I'm talking about family, I'm not talking about aunties. If you have a pressured mom or a pressured father or a pressured sister, like your nuclear family, let them understand what they are doing, the impact. That's another thing. The impact of what they are saying, the way they are going about it on your health. I'm happy and I'm glad that mental health conversation, it's now a thing everybody is embracing. Like 5 years ago, when you say mental health, like, some people will ask you, what are you talking about? But now, so let them understand that, and they are also getting the fact that depression is something that it's real now, and a lot of people fall into depression without even knowing that they are depressed. So anything to engage in that difficult conversation. Sit them down and talk to them. Don't feel, oh, how do I even start the conversation? Start it. You will find a way to start it. And if you are also having thinking away, maybe how do you go about the whole thing, through Eyek you can reach me, and maybe I could put you through. That I could also put you through on how to get. So anything. So those are the four things I did. So have that difficult conversation. Focus on your personal development. It will take the distraction. Like, in that way, you are able to take off that distraction in that aspect. Think of how to make rain Benjamin, like improve on your ego, yeah, owo kodi and everything. Think of how to make more money. Then also work with God. Like, God is everything. Without God, now I wouldn't be here. Then, yeah, protect your environment. Protect your environment. Protect your environment. I cannot overemphasize that. Protect it, because if you leave it open, every Dick, Tom, and Harry. Then, yeah, I remember another thing I did. Yes, I remember. You know, all those people, they are not family, they are not related to you. I would use the word acquaintance.
Right.
I'm asking you, when are we coming to eat rice? I shut a lot of people up.
Blah, blah.
I shut a lot of people up. Like, I did. I did. I actually did. A lot of people. Like,
The audacity. Like
that's the thing.
the
That
audacity.
is the thing. Like, you are not I don't have a relationship with you. Why would you be asking me that question? How is it your business? even if it's happening now, I can't even send an invite to them. Like, I can't count them. I can't count them. So where did you get that? And I have never for one day paint a picture uh, where you see me as your bestie. And that's the thing I always tell people. You see the word there. Oh, hello dear, look at me tell you. I'm not cut out for that. I don't. Or maybe I connect with someone, I say, hey sis. If I don't see you as a sis, I would not call you as a sis. And if I don't see you as a sis, if I see you as a sis and you don't see me as a sis, that is the end of the sistership. Exactly. Whatever it is called. There is no word like that, Sha. Guys, you guys should not go and Google it. Google it. So, that is the end of it. So you are not those kind of things. So I have never for one day painted the picture to say you are my best friend or you are my friend. You get what I'm saying? Or you are my dear, or you are my sis, and you're asking me, you have the audacity, the effrontery to ask me. Do you know that there are questions you don't ask people?
Like,
it's just like someone saying oh, when are we coming for naming ceremony? Do you know what the woman is passing through? Like, people need to understand. There are things, like, we don't know Africans, we don't know how to talk, we don't know how to communicate, we don't know how our communication impacts on people's well-being and mental health. Sometimes people will be depressed to the point that it's just a very tiny thing that is left. Before you know it, the person will just go that way. What you say matters a lot. So before you open your mouth to speak when you are eating that rice, as if you don't see rice to eat in Mr. Biggs and that they eat rice. Before you say it, please think.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And that's that on that. Babes, listen, you've heard Precious's 5 tips. I'm taking, Precious advice as well. So take these things into consideration. Really, you got to focus on you. Find ways to distract yourself, and you got to protect your peace. Put those boundaries in place. But I believe you can do it. Like, 30 is, from what I know and what I'm seeing, your 30s are lit. Okay, 30s and above are lit. So this whole thing of 30 is the end of life. It's just society putting another blockade or putting another check mark or whatever on women. And we're not going to subscribe to it, because that's not what we're passing down to the next generation. So thank you so much, Precious, for joining us, guys. Everything you need to know about Precious and her work is going to be down in the description box.
Thank you for this chit chat.
Yes. Please feel free to DM me or message me if you would like to communicate. But I am going to put her email and her Instagram down below so you can reach out to her directly. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I definitely did. Guys, the thing is, when Pressure and I get together to talk, if it's less than 2 hours, I don't know, maybe something's going on. Because there's so much information that needs to be shared. So I hope you guys got a lot of information from this as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye.